There is no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. So first thing that jumped into my head is that some of you guys might be feeling like pressured to get something done, pressured to accomplish something, pressure to like hurry up and finish that associate's degree because I'm 65. Hurry up and finish, hurry up and have children. Hurry up and finish that play, a play, right? That you're trying to write, playwright. Because you're feeling like time is running out. You're hearing like a giant clock ticking, and you're feeling, there's so much time that's gone by. There's been so much time wasted, so much time I have to make up for. Stop. Stop. Enjoy every second of every day that you have breath in your lungs. You see that rose in the hourglass? Time is beautiful and precious. Oh my gosh. So, Beauty and the Beast. I haven't seen the new one, so I'm just going off of what I can remember from the cartoon when I saw. He knew that he had until that last petal, right? To find someone. He had something to accomplish, and that was to find someone that would love him. And his hourglass, his clock was that rose, right? And I think it was just, every so often a rose petal would fall to the floor. And that was how he was keeping track of time. He wasn't rushing about looking for someone to have love him. Granted, I know it's because, he was a beast and he didn't think it was even possible, but just go with me here. He wasn't rushing, and he wasn't trying to hurry up and get anybody to love him. He was just going about his existence. Granted, again, in the movie, he was pretty miserable, but he was going about his existence and just doing his thing. That's the message for you guys. Don't be focused on how long it takes you to write a poem. Don't push yourself to meet a particular deadline. Nothing that is meant to be yours will ever be denied you. Does that make sense? If you were meant to have children, you will have children. So the issue for you is to really understand that no amount of pushing is going to make anything come to reality any faster than it's supposed to. And I mean, even if you pushed, right? And then you finished a particular, say you wrote a book, right? You knocked it out in like a month. Well, if the world isn't ready for it and the universe isn't ready for it to be created, you're going to have to wait anyways. So this is just saying that, divine timing is such a huge effect in when everything happens and occurs, that if you could understand that, I think you would be able to relax a little bit more and stop and smell the roses as you are, doing these tasks. You will even find inspiration in those little stops, those pauses, those breaks. Okay. And how you can best heal this. So, I was going to say also, I don't know I didn't, that for this card, what this is also mentioning is that any loved ones that have passed on, they are also not bound by time as we know it on Earth. right? A year on Earth is probably like half a second or a second on the other side. Things happen much slower there. Life on Earth is the blink of an eye here for our spirits. So, I just noticed, it's funny that, if you guys can see it, I was talking about writing a book, and that book, it's here in this image. Synchronicity. So, your loved ones are also able to visit you in your dreams. And when you think about them, try not to think about them in time constraints. Your passions, your hobbies, this book that you want to write, maybe you've been pressured to get this book done, right? But you kind of feel like you've been getting writer's block. You're being encouraged to take breaks and rest, because that's when you're getting inspiration. We have been together in dreams. So this book that you are attempting to create has already been created. It's already been written. This music piece that you've been wanting to do has already been done. It's coming through to you now in form through your dreams, through your rest time. For some of you that are able to, meditate easily, or, walk through nature and get inspired and take that method to, take inspiration and put it into a work, that's when it's coming to you. For others, it's coming through to us as we sleep, because that is when you are getting downloads. That's when your higher self, who is the part of your soul that is up in heaven, your higher self knows your plan. Your higher self knows the map of your life, because it's your soul, and it's up in heaven picking up night shift when you go to sleep. And as you sleep, your higher self is feeding you the rest of that book through your dreams, what you need to write about, what you need to sing about, what you need to do. So don't be so afraid to rest and play and have fun, because that's when you receive inspiration. Don't be afraid to do that, because you are pushing yourself to meet a certain deadline. And the gift that is coming to you for the month of August, we are soulmates. So, again, this is not a love reading, so this isn't about love necessarily. Like I said, your higher self is like a part of your soul. It's a small part of your soul that is up in heaven still. And it's your true soulmate, I guess, if you will. How to explain this to you? Give me a second. I'm sorry. So there is a small part of your soul that is in heaven. And because it's your soul, it knows your soul contracts. It knows why you're on earth. It knows your start and end points and all of the major karmic connections and meetings and, places that you're going to be traveling. It knows everything about you. And it's kind of steering the ship to make sure you don't get off course. The gift for you guys in August, and this makes so much more sense now. Yes. What I was going to say is that I really feel like you guys, it's almost like you're going to be in true communion with your higher self. Like you're the left hand and your higher self is your right hand. It's like you're going to be reaching out and clasping hands this month. And it makes sense because that's kind of what these two card placements are, right? It's just how it worked out in the layout. It's almost like you and your higher self are going to be holding hands this month. This kind of confirms it for me. We are soulmates. That's your higher self talking to you. That you are part of the same soul. And there's going to be a much, much, much stronger connection between the two of you guys. And when I said, okay, oh yeah, it makes sense now. Yes, because guys, you're in Leo season. This new moon eclipse at the end of August is in Leo. The north and south nodes are in Leo and Aquarius. This is such a magnificent time for you that for you Leos, the energy is really getting behind you guys and giving you a giant push forward. And in August, the gift that is coming to you is going to be like, maybe you're going to feel more like yourself or more like you've always hoped you would. If you imagine being reunited with a twin that was separated at birth from you. I have a feeling you're going to feel somewhat like that, except for it's not going to be another individual that you're reuniting with. It's the other part of your soul, which you probably, didn't even realize wasn't with you, right? And so when you have this connection with your higher self, you're going to feel differently. You're going to feel whole. You're going to feel, you're going to probably roar, Leo, to be honest. And that's beautiful that this whole month is just, I think it's going to be such a beautiful time for you guys. Okay, this is the opportunity and or challenge for you. You have nothing to feel guilty about. The first thing that came to my mind is that sometimes you feel guilty for shining so brightly. Especially if alright, Leos, you guys are represented by the sun. And everybody basks and thrives in the sun. All of life needs the sun. So being such bright characters, you could tend to draw people that are mopey and that need your sunlight. They need your inner light to shine on them because they just maybe don't sense their own inner light. So this could go a couple of ways. Sometimes people are drawn to you and resent your beauty. They resent that beautiful mane, and maybe so many people have resented it. Gosh, it just popped in my mind. It's I feel like maybe there's even some of you guys out there whose parents have resented it. So if that's the case, you might have grown up feeling guilty for having such a beautiful, bright soul that you've shied away from shining that light. The challenge for you, which makes it an opportunity for you for this month, is to realize that you have nothing to feel guilty about. Now, remember, this is your higher self telling you, you have nothing to feel guilty about. You were made that way to be that way. You were made and created with 1,000 kilowatt bulb inside of you because you were supposed to. So why would the creator, him, her, in all of her infinite wisdom, make you the way you are if you're not supposed to be that way? So don't feel guilty about being strong. The lion doesn't apologize for being king of the jungle. He just is, right? Okay, and the special guidance for you. Oh, I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. That's a beautiful card. Again, for some of you guys, this might, resonate as someone that you might have lost, but I am reading this. These are messages from yourself, from you. Things that your soul wants me to tell you because you won't believe it otherwise. Do you see how that tree is a giant heart? The first thing that popped in my head was Richard the Lionheart, the king, I think. Yeah, the king of England. So it has nothing to do with being the king or King Richard. It's about Lionheart, being lion-hearted. This is about loving yourself more. This is your own self. Split your soul and split your brain apart, right? This is your brain, this is your soul telling your brain, I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. Because your soul knows how grand it is. It's your brain that's kind of like, if I shine too bright, people aren't going to like that. Or I have to hurry for some reason because I've been told that beauty is going to fade with age. Or I can't have children after a certain age. Right? This is your guidance from yourself. Love yourself more. Love. You see how much of this Lionheart is taking up the card? It's about like half the card, guys. It's huge. And because the lion's heart is huge. Feel your heart more. Feel your self-love more. That self-worth. That's the guidance for you. Let yourself be loved by yourself, if that makes sense. Okay, Leo, let's do a quick recap. So, the issue at hand for you is to understand that you shouldn't be concerned with time in any way, shape, or form. So when you start thinking, oh, I have to hurry, stop it. I don't have time to take a walk or go play. Stop, right? If you think that, I really want to get this book done by a certain deadline, stop, right? It's just let the natural flow of creation in life come naturally. Like that baby in that mother's womb comes when it's ready, whether that's early or late. I mean, granted, now with modern technology, we change everything, but in natural environments, that baby comes when it's ready to come. And that's how your projects, your passions will occur also. And know that those projects and passions and your higher self are all together with you in your dream. You are communicating and in communion with your higher self in your dreams, and that is how some of these ideas and inspiration are coming to you. So don't neglect your sleep. Okay, and the gift for you guys for the month of August is like a joining of hands with the other part of you that's on the other side. Your higher self is going to be, you're going to feel that connection much stronger, and it's going to help you. It's a gift. It's a beautiful gift. And the special guidance is to not feel guilty for anything. Don't feel guilty that you aren't able to, have children, by a certain age, or maybe you couldn't even. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel guilty that, you promised your fans that you would have a book out by a certain time, but, maybe you couldn't. Don't feel guilty that you wanted to shine your light and maybe your mom or dad felt threatened by it and said, stop, like they were always chastising you. Or maybe your friends are like, why are you so blah, blah, blah? These aren't your friends, but don't feel guilty for being you. And then, that's the opportunity. So this month is going to be an opportunity, I think, for you to really get your head wrapped around that. And I think it's going to occur sometime, when there is that communion, that, is that the right word? I don't even know if that's the right word. That communion with your higher self, that joining with your higher self, is going to give you the opportunity to recognize that, right? And then the guidance is for you to love yourself more, love your lion heart, embrace it, because that's who you are. And that's part of your gift to the rest of us.